Okay, really quick update. I'm legit about to sell all my Tether. Like, I'm not saying buy Bitcoin. I'm just saying get the fuck out of there. Like, okay, how do I put this simply? So, there's lots of FUD and like stuff people are talking about Tether for such a long time now. Everyone's like, it may or not be backed. It could be the biggest scam since BitConnect. Is there, come on, like there's like billions of dollars of Tether printed. Like, is there really billions of dollars sitting in some bank that's in US dollars that's like perfectly backing every single Tether, or is it just another fractional reserve scam or whatever you call it? I mean, it's just another twist on a bank, if you ask me. Just like, it's a crypto version of a shitty bank with no KYC, right? So like right now, I'm gonna use some local website, and let me just turn these notifications off. I guess I'm popular with girls right now. New haircut, right? So essentially, it's gonna cost me around 5.5 to 6% loss from the original USDT value or the US dollar value to get local currency in fiat of local currency. So I'm gonna take Tether, all my Tether, convert those bitches to Bitcoin, and immediately sell them for a local currency in fiat. So I'm gonna, like an average exchange rate from a bank, I would lose like 2% if you're changing currencies. And then I'm probably gonna lose like 0.5% on the spot price of Bitcoin, in and out, and or the spread as they call it. And then I'm also gonna lose 5%, which is a fee of the actual local exchange or whatever, which has my local currency. So I think it's much safer to take a 5% loss or 9% if you're losing like local Bitcoins, which is the average there, or like 2% on Coinbase or whatever, than to hold Tether, which in my opinion has around 10 to 20% chance of disappearing in the short term. So I don't feel comfortable holding, anything more than a few percent of my portfolio in Tether, even though I happen to have it just because of the way I do business with people. But there's just too much shit that doesn't make me feel comfortable. Like same thing. I had the same feeling way back when BitConnect was around. They were like nobody could prove it was a scam, but people felt pretty negative about it. People still use it to make money because they were greedy, and people still use Tether to trade in and out of Bitcoin. But let's not be greedy and let's just play it safe. I mean, haven't you guys learned anything from 2017, 2018? Like, wouldn't you have wanted to cash out some money in 2018 in January? Like, that would have been playing it safe. And in a couple months, a couple weeks, couple days, who knows, that small chance might end up being true, and Tether might just poof disappear. Like, if people start cashing out Tether on a large scale, it can collapse like all of a sudden. Like one day BitConnect was $400, the next day was $5. Like that's how fast these things drop. Like within like minutes, not even hours or seconds. So I'm not saying I'm not trying to compare directly BitConnect and Tether, because BitConnect is an obvious scam. Tether is not proven yet. But I don't know. Like, just if you really want to trade Bitcoin, why not trade on like local Bitcoins or something? Why not trade with real cash? Like, sure, you'll lose like a couple percent here and there because you're not using an exchange and because you're not using Tether. But if you're eliminating of a black swan event, or is that what you call it, happening, or something like, or all your funds disappearing overnight, if you eliminate that risk, isn't it worth it to pay a few percent just for insurance? I mean, if you're a good trader, that few percent shouldn't affect you. And if you're a good trader, you don't need to make trades 5 times a day. You can make trades every few weeks. So if you're a really good trader, like, you should take those safety precautions. It's yeah, sure, it's a lot slower to use like SEPA wire transfers or like Zelle or Bank of America or whatever banking system you use, or just do like cash transactions or use Bitcoin ATMs. But it isn't like isn't it just better to be like higher, like to, isn't it better to take a 5% loss than to worry about a 10% chance of losing everything? That's my judgment at the moment. Like, I feel 90% sure Tether is gonna stick around, but those 10% really worry me. And I guess you could also use the argument that if Tether disappears, we will have bigger issues to worry about. But when I have fiat in my hands, call me old-fashioned, I just feel a lot more safer. It is spendable immediately. Like, you can't buy a chocolate bar or a burger with a like, you know, with an ounce of silver, but or with a, you know, with some satoshi, but you can spend that fiat immediately. Like, if God forbid something happens, you will have a small window, or like even if the world collapses, you will still have a small window when currency is still usable, before everything breaks loose, right? So if you don't have a savings account, I mean, by a savings account, I mean like some money stockpiled somewhere that you have access to, or maybe not in a bank, or they're in some safe or whatever, or like you dug it in the ground or something, then I think that's a really good thing to do, because I don't trust the banking system, but I also don't trust Tether. I don't know. If I had to choose between the two, like, I legit don't know which one I would feel more comfortable with. Like, they're both up there. To me, they're both evils. So I think Bitcoin and cash in your hand are gold. They're golden. And if you want to buy some gold, do so. Definitely do so. Rich people are stockpiling gold for a reason, but maybe right now is not the best time. Maybe it is. Maybe you should just dollar cost average into everything. But thank you for watching this 7-minute rant of me expressing all my anger at Tether and banks. I'm very much looking forward to expressing my anger at banks even more. Oh my God, do I have some good stories for you guys? So I'll see you back tomorrow. Hopefully this time. Hopefully I will remain a disciplined person and not disappoint you guys. And thank you for being a disciplined viewer and being like a super awesome person to make it till the end. Here's a virtual high five. Let me end it on a high five. Boom.